15-minute race here for Eibach GLTC. Race number 3, Eric Magnussen, Eric Catil share the front row. They will get the green flag at the later flag stand to give the field time to organize. And tense moments here. Hold your breath, folks. Time to go racing with the grassroots win of Eibach GLTC. We're underway. Eric Grimm gets a shot from behind. But he's got trouble. He's going to pull off to the inside. Somebody has gone wrong with Eric Grimm's number 2 car. He gets out of the way. Catil trying to wrestle the lead from Eric Magnussen.
Great awareness from Eric Grimm, but Eric got that lead that he wanted into turn 2, and let's see if he can maintain it into turn 3.
That's heartbreak for Eric Grimm, just jumping straight out of the rush car, trying to make some magic happen from the second row, but he will not do it. Catil still alongside Magnussen, but can he win this drag race? It's going to be tough with the LS under the hood of that BMW.
Yeah, looks like he couldn't break overlap with Magnussen, and he lost that advantage heading into turn 5.
Well, he's been hounding Eric Magnussen in Sector 3 all day long. That's where the transient high-speed cornering, that's where that lightweight Honda Civic is so good. They're still door-to-door through the entire field through 5 and 6 right now. Tight squeeze over there where the track gets narrow. But Magnussen trying to go 3 for 3 this weekend.
Yeah, and Matt Walbaum is really hounding Eric Catil there, which is a welcome sight for Matan Rosenberg right behind them. Any separation between Catil and Rosenberg is going to have an impact on the championship.
Look at Matt Walbaum in 3rd place. He hasn't run quite this high in a running order in a long time. They found that after this car had an accident last year, they found that there was a bent shock. They went through this tire car, transplanted everything to a different chassis, but they didn't go through every part. They found that the shock was bent once they fixed it, and said, man, I've been missing something out for the last year or 2. Here comes Rosenberg, though, to try to steal that podium spot away.
Yeah, Walbaum going defensive, breaks a little bit earlier than Matan. Matan tries to stick around the outside. Walbaum's going to try and, he almost understeered into Matan, but great job avoiding contact there.
Yeah, great pass there by Matan Rosenberg. Magnussen leads the first lap, then Catil, Rosenberg, Walbaum, Barchev, your top 5. Eric Catil has run down Eric Magnussen, and there's plenty of time left in this race. I'm not exactly sure if Magnussen made a mistake, but last time by the stripe, only 0.6 of a second, and the Hybridracing EG is closing.
Yeah, Magnussen must have made some sort of mistake to let Eric back into the fold, but again, we're going to see the same dynamic play out where Magnussen has that advantage in a straight line. He's going to keep him behind him, so he better not make another mistake or Eric's going to be right there with him.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun battle to watch there, but again, we're back to the advantage for Magnussen just pulling out of that dig, leaving Tempe. Catil has to find pace in different ways, but he ran him down from several seconds back. So I think that Catil's got a shot here, but he has to get creative.
Yeah, and again, he's going to rely on another mistake from Magnussen, which may not happen. He has left Matan back behind him, similar to race 2, and Matt Walbaum himself a big gap into Matan.
Kittil again, fighting an uphill battle. You can watch his videos on his YouTube channel where he's always just waving goodbye on the straightaways, but that's not the mousetrap he built. He built a car that excels at cornering and at braking. And again, he's got time left on the board. He just has to figure out how to break through the defense of an LS.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a totally different formula. You can see that everything that his car is built for, it is superior in all the corners, but he just can't make it up on the straights, and that's where all the passes happen, is down to the back straightaway into a braking zone.
Yellow flag at turn 1 as well. Not sure what that's for.
Yeah, it looks like we're not going to get any passes into turn 1. There it is. It's the damn Precourt in that 944 up on the inside. They should be taking that yellow flag away quickly. They have. The yellow flag is now gone, and Eric is trying to stay on the outside of Magnussen. Again, he's fighting such an uphill battle. He's out driving him in the corners, but he just cannot compete with the power down the straightaways.
And Matan Rosenberg unable to do much with it. It has just been these three in this order all weekend long. They have battled amongst themselves, but it seems like it's like the different densities of cars are filtering out. But into turns 5 and 6, again, we've still got some racing left to go. Turns, and look at Kittil for the lead. He's trying everything he can to get by the 330, but he just can't poke a hole in it.
Just executes 789 so much better. You can see he's trying to take this wide line, set up as much as he can for this back straight, but it's just so difficult to do. He's doing a really great job staying on the Magnussen's rear bumper.
I know it's really easy to look at this M3 and say, well, you know, he's just making this look easy because it's got the power, but Eric Magnussen has not made a single mistake this weekend. Any mistake, he loses this race. He has been perfect.
Absolutely. Eric Magnussen has driven a fantastic weekend so far, and Kittil too, but Kittil's made just a little bit more mistakes than Magnussen has as we get the white flag. This is the last lap of race 3.
Into turn 1 now, Eric Magnussen trying to hold back Eric Kittil. Kittil's needed to find 7/10 and a pass. That's a tall order, but he has found so much speed in the first and second sector. Just a little Honda that could, man.
And Matan has cut them up as well. Walbaum has been left behind into the clutches of Tony Marchev. They're only separated by 1/10 of a second, so they were side by side into turn 1.
Yeah, great battles everywhere on the racetrack. You wish you could watch them all. There's Walbaum again on defense, just in the background of the shot, leaving turn 4.
Yeah, it looks like Dan Basinski's trying to join that fight into right behind Tony Marchev. We'll see if he can make it one.
Yeah, but Kittil is running out of opportunity. He has been denied victory twice here this weekend to that gold BMW. Remember that Magnussen had never won an Eibach GLTC race. He's got 2 to his name so far. He's about to tie for second for the most wins on the season, which would match Eric Kittil's 3 that he got back at Carolina Motorsports Park.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a 3-way fight here for the championship. Magnussen has done a faultless race. We can say all we want about the straight line advantage, but he's driving that car as well as he needs to in the turns, and Matan Rosenberg is trying to make it a fight for that second place spot.
Again, he's going to lose this drag race, but Kittil is not giving up. nose to tail with V8s sandwiching the four-cylinder of Eric Catil. He can't do anything about it. Goes on defense here from Rosenberg. I don't think Rosenberg will have a look, but Eric Magnussen for the third time driving a perfect race. Now, no slip, no falters, no nothing. He comes out third checkered flag of his career in the same weekend, wins Eibach GLTC race number 3. Catil and Rosenberg second and third by 2/10.
Matan making it less than a car length between the two.
After 15 minutes of racing, of green flag racing, 7/10 apart.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, you can say what you want about Magnussen, about having a straight line advantage, but he's driving that car as good as it can be driven in the corners, and he's just setting himself up to succeed in the straightaway. So all credit to Magnussen on how well he's driving that car through the technical parts of Gingerman to take advantage of honestly, the fewer straightaways that Gingerman has versus other cars.
And again, we had a couple little small things here and there, but I think we kept it green the entire time. Eric Magnussen wins his third race of the weekend. Eric Catil, Matan Rosenberg in third place. That is the same podium we've had all weekend long. Matt Walbaum and Tony Marchev, fourth and fifth. Good battle there.
P2, I mean, guys, there's nothing I can do. It's just so fast in a straight line. And then it gets to the point where if I try to battle him too hard, I'm just going to get passed by Matan. That's kind of what was happening at the end of the race. I wasn't trying to even come close to forcing it on him in 8 and 9 because Matan was right behind me. It's unfortunate, you know. Hard racing with less power. Brakes are phenomenal though. This car brakes so damn good. Way to fight, man.
It's impossible.
Way to fight. I tried to.
Hard. There's nothing I can do, man.
I killed the tires on the first lap, and then
No, thank you.
I was like, well, I know what to do now. Just don't miss an apex. If I miss one apex, it's over.
Way to go, bud.
That's fair.
P8, P7, P6. Not bad. P2 that race. It's tough. It's really hard, guys. I'm trying my absolute best. I got 199 horsepower, man. I got 199 horsepower and I got to shift like 30 times per lap. He's got like 240, 400 pound-feet of torque. He's got to shift 0 times per lap. So it gets pretty tough. He's got so much torque out of the corners, whereas I reel him into the corners. But I'm happy, man. The car is solid. It's so good. ABS is awesome. No issues at all this weekend. It's just been phenomenal. So I'm really proud of it. And 2 seconds and a third, man. Can't complain. That's 3 podiums in a row. Just padding the stats for the season championship. One more race to go tomorrow. Tonight, we're gonna have a little bit of fun.
Doing rollers.
Ran a casual 5K before race 4. I forgot what they called it. They call it like the pop-up canopy disaster of 2021 annual 5K or whatever. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Run the track about 1.5 miles, 3.1 miles, or 1.5 laps, 3.1 miles. Feels pretty good. We got about an hour until race 4. So, what do you think, bud? What do you think?
Dude, he's got this in the bag.
I got this.
I
Hopefully,
believe in him.
let's go.
All right, dude.
Race 4 coming up next. Top 8 invert, so I'll be starting 7th. So we'll see what I can do with that.
Here's Eric Catil, championship points leader, coming into this event by 1 point over reigning champion Matan Rosenberg. That 1992 Honda Civic SI has so much development in it. He's won this event before. He came up 1 point short of the weekend title last year. Now also consider that as far as the points are concerned for the weekend, Eric Catil is right in the mix. Front three that have been on the podium all weekend long, starting 6th, 7th, and 8th cars roll off here for Eibach Grid Life Touring Cup, race number 4. 8-car invert here for this race, 12 to 15 minutes, single class power to weight racing series here, 12.5 pounds per horsepower. The more you complicate your car, the more weight you add to it. You get a wide variety of cars ranging from about 2,500 pounds like Eric Catil's Honda Civic SI, all the way up to about 3,600 pounds at the very, very high end of the weight limit. Of course, you're going to be talking about 190 horsepower to about 260 at the top end. And here we are in the race weekend here, Ito. We've done qualifying, we've done all the races except for the last one, Eibach GLTC, race number 4. It's time to go racing one final time at Grid Life Midwest Festival in 2025. These cars will next race at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course at the end of the month. That race will not be broadcast. Next show will be at the end of July at Road America, the National Park of Speed. Doubled up, 40 cars deep. Tense moments here on the front straightaway. Rookie Blake Korth on the front row on driver's right in that white Porsche Cayman, setting up for turn number 2. We get the green flag at the later stand, remember, so it's going to be a late green. And there it goes, green flag, and we're underway at Eibach GLTC at Gingerman. And a good launch by Eric Meadows down to the inside, but will he be able to clear Blake Korth through that first corner? They're still side by side. Korth pulls ahead.
Yeah, nice and organized there. Everybody's still in the same position. They're still too wide. 20 cars, or 20 rows through the field. That's hugely impressive. And yet, but Blake Korth holds on to the lead.
Now down towards 3. It was actually Eric Meadows that had edged ahead of Korth at the start-finish line. You see on the ticker there, but it is the 614 Porsche Cayman that leads. A little smoke in the background, and trouble at turn 3. I think there's a car off, and there's a couple cars off. One shoots right at corner exit and scatters off some little shukla on driver's right. Seems like everyone else has gotten through there, but we carry on at the front of the field.
Yeah, lots of dirt, lots of big dust clouds over there, but Blake Korth is checking out of this field. He's got a big lead over Eric Meadows for second, and Tony Marchev is now trying to go up against him.
And trouble on the front straightaway, and Natalie Leto's, her car has got some kind of suspension failure. There's a couple of cars scattered around. You see some damage on Salil Shukla. This is going to bring out a full course yellow almost certainly, because there's a couple of cars around the racetrack that have some damage.
Yeah, Blake Korth has totally checked out of this group. He's up in 10B, and now we've got the waving yellow, and we're going to have a safety car here, but they're giving him as much of the back straight as they can. A green flag racing, and Matan Rosenberg is trying to pass Tony Marchev. I think they know, well, they don't know what's happening behind them, so there's a sense of urgency there. We'll see if Matan can get ahead of Tony before they hit the yellow flag zone on the front straightaway.
Yeah, they're going to give them every chance they can, but those cars aren't going to move as they come out of turn number 11 up onto the front straightaway. Still just covered by locals at the moment. There's the full course as they come across the stripe now. Blake Korth completes lap 1, the leader of the race. So there's Natalie Leto's, and is the right front tire missing off that car as well. Michael Pagano is stopped, and Salil Shukla also has some damage. So for his 3 races perfectly clean, and then pandemonium on the opening lap of this one. In the final moments of Eibach GLTC at Gingerman Raceway, Grid Life Midwest Festival, the biggest stage in grassroots racing. Here they come out of turn number 11. Up onto the front straight. Blake Korth stays on driver's left, waiting for the green flag to fly. There it goes. We're back underway at Gingerman Raceway. A nice launch and a push. Here comes Tony Marchev to the outside of Meadows. He was not going to wait for a launch to second place. Side by side for P2 and for P5, Basinski and Catil.
Matan is trying to establish overlap on Marchev as well. He's going to try and take the outside line through turn 2, and then he's going to try and chase after Meadows, who was caught sleeping, caught sleeping at the start a little bit.
Yeah, Matan Rosenberg on the charge, moving up the order here. Could he pick the pocket, steal it from a rookie, steal it from a driver? Eric Meadows, who has been trying for years to win a race at Eibach GLTC. And here comes Catil, chasing his championship rival, Matan Rosenberg, there in the Hybridracing EG. Dust kicked up as Rosenberg takes 3rd.
And now Catil's on the inside of Marchev into 5. Gets the pass done. Dana also wants a piece of it. We'll see if he can make his way up through to into turn 7. Matan has gotten his way into 3rd. Catil right behind him.
Jonathan Lugard is pulled off, leaving turn 3. He's safely onto the inside of the racetrack, so he should be able to stay green. We might not even need a yellow covering that corner. That should keep us going for now. All the while, Matan Rosenberg closing in on second place, and Blake Korth and Eric Meadows are going to be craving a white flag sooner than later because the pressure is mounting from the reigning series champion in third place.
Yeah, and Blake hasn't been able to open that gap like he did on the first lap. He looks like he broke a little bit too late into 10B, and Meadows was right, trying to establish overlap on the inside, didn't quite make it.
Here comes Meadows out of 10B, pulls up underneath Blake Korth. It'll be a drag race between the Porsche Cayman and the Corvette, but here comes Matan Rosenberg as well. Is he going to take him 3 across? No, he's going to be patient and wait. Korth drops to second place, tries the outside. Here's Rosenberg on the brakes into 11.
Yeah, I wonder what's happened to Korth. He looks like he's lost a lot of pace going from 9 to 10B and through 10B, and now he's getting freight train down the front straight by Coutil and Rosenberg.
Yeah, Meadows takes the lead. Rosenberg to second. Coutil side by side with Korth now for third place. And Eric Coutil would love to win a race here in race 4 and continue to solidify his place as the championship leader. He's through. Marchev now has Dana Basinski all behind him. And Korth is losing pace here just a little bit. I'm not sure if there's something going on, if there's a heating issue, but it seems like he's struggling a bit now. Local yellow at turn 3, no passing down here.
Yeah, fortunately, turn 4 is not a huge passing opportunity. So that shouldn't affect the racing too much. We'll see how much Meadows holds back Matan because Eric needs that in order to have a chance to at passing Matan later in this race.
A little wide. Here comes Rosenberg tucking in the inside, but can't get the overlap, and this will let Coutil close in.
Yeah, Meadows are trying to take a later turn in into 8, which opened the door for Matan, but then Matan kind of took too shallow of an angle and lost speed through 8 and 9, which gives Eric Coutil an advantage. He's going to try the outside heading into 10B.
Yeah, Coutil has got overlap now on Rosenberg on the outside, probably the wrong side of the road, but we've seen these two cars so evenly matched, even on the straightaways here with this rule set, balancing these two cars in second and third. They're 1,000 pounds and 70 horsepower apart, but an even race up the backstretch. Whichever one of these two wins this fight might have a chance to win this race.
Well, Meadows gave Coutil the draft there, but Matan got him under braking as Coutil's going to try and over-under him and see if he can create overlap into turn 1.
White flag, last lap around. Eric Meadows has the advantage. Can he hang on to win his first ever Eibach GLTC race? The two championship rivals running second and third. Korth on defense from Dana Basinski and Tony Marchev behind.
Yeah, and meanwhile, while we're talking about this, Magnussen is still in 7th place. He didn't go with these 3 up into the front, so we'll see what that does to the weekend championship.
Jackie Ding's up to 10th place in an A86 Corolla. How'd he get up there? That's an impressive drive. Eric Meadows feeling the pressure here. He's never won an Eibach GLTC race. Best finishes second, and there's parts and debris that just popped out from behind the curbing there, but looking good down the backstretch towards turn 5.
Yeah, he just has to have a nice, clean third sector of this track, and he's going to get his first win, so all eyes on Gary Wimble right now.
Yeah, here comes Rosenberg, looking driver's left now towards turn 7. Meadows.
Eric Meadows, excuse me.
Up to 7. Half a car length between them, and Coutil is going to be waiting to pick the pocket here. Big move from Jensen on Geraldo and Tim Scott into turn 5. Dan Precourt's pulled off driver's right on the front straight, no issue there. We'll continue for the battle for the lead, and Rosenberg's going to have a look into 10B, but here comes Coutil for second place. Rosenberg's off the track.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little bit held up by Meadows through 8-9, but there was nothing undue about what Meadows did. He just didn't quite have the pace that I think Matan expected, and he had to ditch out of it on the outside.
Now it's Eric Coutil behind Eric Meadows. Rosenberg dropped the tire on driver's right, almost lost control, but he hangs on to third place. Up the back straightaway for the final time. Eric Meadows has been a subscriber to Eibach GLTC since the opening season back in 2019. A couple different platforms over the years, but this Corvette, this number 3, are going to come out at turn number 11 for the first time in his career. Eric Meadows wins an Eibach GLTC race, and it's race 4 at Midwest Festival. Eric Coutil picks up second place. Matan Rosenberg in third, and it's Marchev, Basinski, Magnussen. Where'd Korth go?
Yeah, critically, Magnussen has made his way up to 6, while Coutil made his way up to second, so that's probably not enough of a points gap to give the weekend event to Coutil, but nonetheless, a great race from Eric Meadows. He deserved that win. Congratulations on your first GLTC win.
It was so hard to win an Eibach GLTC race. Here's a look at the race results in just a moment, because this is a graphic you want to be a part of. Eric Meadows gets it done. Eric Coutil 6/10 back on that climb through the field from 7th on the grid. Matan Rosenberg, Marchev, Basinski, your top 5. Blake Korth, best finish of the weekend, 7th. Wimble, Wallbump, Chin, your top 10.
Let's freaking go, baby! go. Let's freaking go, baby. Never say never. Woo! Not bad, not bad. Yeah. Oh, maybe running that 5K this morning wasn't the best idea. My legs were pretty shot. Third, second, second, second. Now the good part about the seconds is they're really good points and I don't have to add any more rewards weight. So just keep racking up those second places, you know? But man, wow. On Hybridracing, it's only excellence. That's why you're on the team.
3610. I'm sorry, 2610.
Oh, cool. My Corvette out of nowhere?
255 front. 225 rear.
I went a foot up in the air in the back axle.
How many cars got hit?
He had a wreck earlier. 3 or 4, easy. Yeah. That's fucking wild.
My personal baby. Here she comes, the last thing of the weekend. MP3 with 2, 21, 18, 18, 18, 77 combined. The boy in blue now, Baton Rosenberg in P3. In the Falcon livery. You guys don't know how cool, as like a longtime FD fan, it is to me that there is a Falcon livery, Falcon sponsored GLTC car. And it's the only grip motorsports on the continent that they are sponsoring right now. So cool. And P2 with 1, 18, 18, 1, 18, 21, 21, 21, 82 combined. Eric Cattell, king of consistency, slated in the top 10. Also, yep, 82 for number 82. If you have not seen this build, it is the most pro home built car you ever seen. And in P1, I think this is his first amount of wins and first win weekend, right? Came and he saw and he conquered this weekend. P1 in qual 3, 25, 25, 25 and 14 in race 4, 92 combined. Almost a sweep. Eric Max. Good job, man. When he showed up last year, I was like, this guy, I don't know. He's got some stuff written on his car that looks like he wants to crash into my friends. And nobody's become more of a favorite in paddock so fast. What a great dude, and clean, solid driver. Great little LS BMW. We do have Spirit of the Weekend. I know this dude from the internet, and then he comes to Lime Rock, he brings a bunch of cars, and he supports a bunch of cars. Renee's worked with him in other series, and then I hear a story about how he spent like an entire day fixing Chandler's GLTC car. Chandler, longtime buddy of ours, instructor, helped out forever. Seamus Erskine put in the work. Seamus gets Spirit of the Weekend. Get up here, man. Also, pretty much every Sunday Cup car has his camber plates. He's got a fun little YouTube channel. He travels all over the world with drift cars. And yeah, Spirit of the Weekend. TCS Seamus. So that's Midwest Festival? Yeah. Are we done with Midwest Festival? That's so crazy. This event's about 360 days in the making.